On the last episode of the Minecraft Experience, we developed an intricate mining facility. That sort of project has been on my wish list to do in Minecraft ever since I started playing it. And in this episode, I want to do another thing that I've always wanted to do in Minecraft. This episode, beautiful people, we are gonna renovate a village. Ever since we first came over these hills and laid our eyes on this absolutely beautiful village in this beautiful meadow, I've always thought that the oak wood was a little too weird. Yeah, it's technically within the meadow biome here, but we've got this spruce or taiga biome right here, this mega taiga right here, and all across these mountains, these ice-covered peaks, we have all of these taiga trees, and so it only makes sense that this whole village should be made with taiga wood, spruce wood. And if you ask me, the spruce wood villages are one of my favorite. Luckily, just over this mountain, we have an example of what a spruce wood or taiga village looks like. And yeah, they're pretty cool. Now, I am by no means going to just duplicate these buildings into our original village here, but I do want to create a similar feel and atmosphere and, more importantly, color palette of these villages. And to start this process, I think I'm just gonna, well, first I gotta get rid of all the bees because there's so many bees here and I'm probably gonna hit one of them if they were left up there. But all I'm gonna do is I'm going to switch one for one all of the oak wood for spruce wood, and we're gonna see how that looks. And just like that, I've done a couple of these houses, and I think they look kind of weird. Then again, I think this building by itself kind of looked a little weird beforehand with the white clay and how the roof naturally looks. As you can see over here, I switched this one out, and this one looks significantly better than that one over there. If anything, it's a good starting point, and I'm gonna try to finish up the rest of the village here pretty soon. But I'm not gonna lie, that kind of used a lot of spruce wood, which was surprising. But we've got some mega taigas over there, so I'll get to it. I gotta be honest, that didn't take nearly as long as I thought it was going to. And now, here's what it looks like. It's definitely better, beautiful people. It's definitely better. I think the spruce wood definitely fits in with the area more. I switched out even the tree, and I did miss a few of these little lampposts, and I gotta change these trap doors. But as I was doing this, I couldn't help but feel just switching out the oak wood for spruce wood wasn't enough. For example, here, I started to switch out some of the cobblestone with stone bricks and make a little archway here and add some wood right there. And that started looking pretty good, and I was kind of excited. And that's when it hit me. We're gonna need to completely redo every single one of these houses. Again, this is perfectly serviceable, but when I started this series, I really wanted to challenge myself to become a better Minecraft player. And personally, I just wouldn't be happy unless we did completely redesign every single one of these houses and this entire village. And so now what I have to do is I have to channel my inner BOO and get building. Oh, beautiful people. This has got to be one of the most difficult Minecraft Experience episodes I've ever had to record. There is so much talent that I just don't have when it comes to building in Minecraft. This has truly been an exercise in creativity and patience on my part. Let's show you what I have so far. This, beautiful people, this is the village so far. As you can see, I went with a podzol transformation. Instead of just plain grass, we are going to transform all of this into podzol. Luckily, most of it is done. One of the first things I did is I built this little enchanting area. I don't know how to really We're gonna rain right now? No matter. Well, we have this amethyst floor right here, which I really love just because of the way it sounds. It's just so mystical and magical, and this whole little alcove thing here, it's really simple. It's the enchanting table, this little concrete, but outside I have like an overgrowth of moss and flowers and trees here. I wanted to make this almost like a comet or an asteroid came in and just like boom, put in this magical place where these things are growing, these magical little crystals, and it's really good for the farm life. There's lots of stuff growing over here. I really like it. It's really cozy. And speaking of cozy, we put in a little map room here. That's south, that's north. I know it's kind of weird, but as you can see, we have beautiful here, and then we have our gazebo, which I think is pretty cool. It's pretty simple. It's nothing crazy. But underneath here, we do have, as you saw, 5 full beacons instead of one big mega beacon. And I put our axolotl down here. He's stuck there. He doesn't move from there. He's just always there. This isn't super decorated or anything. I didn't have any super big plans, but I like the fact that it's kind of like a little hidden, mysterious place down there that you can, the amount of iron golems that fell down here is truly remarkable, beautiful people. And these trapdoors and villagers would fall down here all the time. It'd be horrible. But now we can finally, it looks like we can finally sleep. So let's go into my first little kind of mega house here. You can see I've got a couple beds up here. Really nothing huge on the interior, some candles, and we can go down here. And there's 4 more beds down here. And I decided cyan is going to be like the official color of like the village area, just because, you know, I mean, I don't know. To me, mountain, cyan kind of goes together. We've got a little closet back here with something. This is the house that I put in as just like a basic house. Hey guys, I put one there. I put one up here. I made this little thing. Oh, look at the little farmer going. It's so cool. We have up here, we have a little like garden area. I don't know. It's not really a garden, but some fancy cliffside so we don't fall off. That's one of the houses right there. This is another house right here. You know, nothing too special. It's the same house, just flipped in a different rotation. You can see those are some of the old villager houses. But let's go to over here where this guy's at. This guy is actually our weaponsmith. So he actually has an iron trade, which is pretty good. So I'll go to him. I'll be trading my iron with him. Here in the backyard, we've got some logs down here. I figure, you know, he sells axes and swords and stuff. So he's going to be this aggressive guy with his axe against his, you know, grindstone right here. We've got some logs, some things over here from all the different lands. He's got this banner over here because I imagine, you know, he's on the edge of the village, so he's fighting off a whole bunch of mobs and stuff over here in the forest, which I really love. Little campfire inside his house. You know, he's got, you know, apple from trees, a whole bunch of leaves and stuff, some heads of all the mobs he's killed. You know, up in here, some decorations. He's got a cat in his bedroom here. He actually does sleep here too, which is really cool. One of the aspects that I wanted to get right with this village. And that brings us to, in my opinion, my favorite build of this village so far. This is the leather worker shop. I don't know where he's at now. Sometimes they socialize in different places. That might be him. Yeah, that's him. I don't know why he's over there. Uh-oh, that's concerning. But you can see we've got his cauldron and all of his different dyes and colors. And in here, we've got all the leather from obviously the cow farm that we put in back here, along with the bell and the horse stable that goes over here. I figure, you know, he's the leather worker. Hi, he's here now. Hey, buddy. You know, he's working with the leather. He's got his saddle over here. I did just tame this horse and horse armor, all that good stuff. I love the floor. I love how this is all kind of, this is actually a below special here. We've got coarse dirt mixed with regular dirt. And I just love the way it looks. It looks so worn down and walked on. It's so great. Here in the cow pen, nothing special, just close it off with some cobblestone and stone, mossy stone, you know, hay bales here and there, whatever. Nothing too crazy, but you know, it's a cow pen. I've bred this up quite a few times and gotten a whole bunch of meat and leather and all that stuff. The front of this guy's house looks kind of ugly. I do like the roof though. The roof looks pretty cool, you know. I don't know. That's pretty nice. With the areas that I have extra, I put in some flowers on different levels and stuff. Oh, and the flowers here, this is so stupid and cheeky, but I love it. The regeneration beacon, signified by the red, has the most like flowers and growth of everything. Here on this side, we have, what is this? The jump boost. The jump boost beacon is green because it's, you know, the green potions. And they have the 2 tall flowers because you can jump 2 blocks and, too tall, because it's jump boost. Speed, as indicated by the white, because that's the sugarcane, and sugarcane obviously here, and the bamboo, because, bamboo grows really fast. So speedy, speedy. Over here, we have the resistance beacon indicated by the black or gray, whatever, just because I think that's what the resistance color is. We have mushrooms because they can grow anywhere. They're really resilient. They're, fungi, they grow. And then, of course, we have the, what are these called? The little berries here, which are, resilient because they poke you and all that good stuff. I thought that was pretty cheeky. I like this little staircase area. I just think it's cute. And then we have some sunflowers right there. I don't know, roses, nothing too special here. Underneath here, I got some frog lights just as lighting here, so we don't have a whole bunch of lampposts. Oh, I forgot to even mention, I did mention this was my favorite build, but I forgot to mention why. I just like the details in it. I love the flowers and the dyes. That's how he gets his dyes. His little shed out here, the jut out of the window. I love this thing right here. Oh, and down here we have a little outside cooler where we keep, I usually keep in some frog lights. We usually keep the cow meat, the raw beef down there before we trade it. We got some flowers here. I love this where he's got like his hide kind of drying out here. He's going to work with it. He's going to work with the leather. And then here I found, of course, a cow banner pattern. So that looks really cool. Like they're on strings getting ready to dry out and everything. Inside we've got, decorations. We got a laptop computer. We've got a thing right there. Over here, we've got this beautiful interior. I love this attic space, the 2 bedrooms, just because I feel like we're going to have another leather worker. And the window, the views of the window, man, I love it so much. And that leads us to one of the most recent builds here. We've got the brewing guys. I don't know what we're going to call this, the brewing station area. The soul speed really messes with your FOV. It's so crazy fast. But in here, we've got 2 entrances, one right here, one up there. You might be asking why the trap door? Well, that's so that these guys cannot get out. I really like these guys. I don't know why. I just love their traits. I love the glowstone, the ender pearls, and the bottle of enchanting. Rotten flesh is something I'm always trying to get rid of, so I think this is a great way to keep them in here. To do this stuff. They've spawned in their own iron golems. There's a couple iron golems in here. Here's some bedrooms that you may or may not have seen in the montage there. I love these guys. Now, I wanted this to be like a big library place too. Like I wanted them to have like a whole bunch of knowledge of all their brewing secrets and their magical, mystical elements. I don't know. It is what it is. And that leads us to my most recent headache, my biggest challenge yet. The church. The church is going to house the librarians because it's going to have all of the podiums as, lecterns. So we'll have a couple lecterns here. Maybe lecterns around in here somewhere. I've got the basic shape down. I do want it to be elevated. I love this little elevation here. I love this view. Going down here is where we will have the actual villagers be, the bedroom, the whatever. Maybe we can add in some more lecterns down there and whatnot. But the thing that was most challenging about this is that I have figured out something about myself in Minecraft. I prefer working on interiors rather than exteriors because molding this, like having this room and this room, that was easy. That was the easy part. I knew what I wanted this inward space to feel like, but then trying to translate that into a good looking outside and exterior, that was the hard part. Now, before you freak out, this is not the final form. I'm going to dirty up these bricks with some cobblestone, some smooth stone, maybe even some deep slate bricks to maybe make it look really charred, or maybe use some of the roof as some deep slate, whatnot. But in creative mode, I have a roof for this. It's pointed. I don't love it, so we'll see exactly how that pans out. But man, look at this view. Look at how beautiful this is. We have villagers bustling around, doing their jobs and going back to their homes and sleeping in their beds. It's everything I wanted it to be. And we're not even done yet, beautiful people. Oh, look at him go back to his bed. Oh, that's so great. Oh, I love it so much. So obviously I got to figure out this building. Oh yeah, this roof looks pretty nice over here. I kind of like the cobblestone and the way this looks. I had to look up a whole bunch of videos, a whole bunch of pictures of inspiration for this guy. I got to finish the church, obviously, but I do want one more main building of farmers. I'm thinking about putting a farmhouse right here or putting a farmhouse down over here. I feel like this, a little dark here. I feel like this is also a little too far away from the main village. I think we lose some of our beacon powers, but unfortunately, I want to turn a lot of this area into farmland. So that's going to be a challenge that I have to overcome. But that's for the future. That's for future donuts. Right now, donuts, I'm happy. I want to give you guys an update. I've been building a lot, and I have so much more respect for, BOO and Grian and, well, all of the real Minecraft YouTubers, I guess, of all of what they do and how much time and practice they no doubt put into all of their builds. It's absolutely insane. So no more procrastinating. Let's finish this build. I've learned so much about myself and how to play Minecraft by doing this project. I've learned a handful of different building techniques. I've learned how to and how not to do certain pathways. I've learned the styles that I like building in and the styles that I don't like building in. And perhaps most importantly, I've learned what I do and do not want to do with this series. To be fair, when this episode began, I thought I was just going to switch out the oak planks with the spruce wood at the beginning of this village. And I had seen many times on many different Minecraft channels that catchy title and that catchy thumbnail of, I transformed an entire village in Minecraft. And that sort of genre of Minecraft video, I like to call it an exhibitionist type of Minecraft playstyle, where they do something really flashy and really big and attention grabbing. I transformed the entire End Island, I got a whole zoo, I transformed this, I brought the overworld into the Nether, and that sort of thing. Those videos are incredible to watch, they're really entertaining, and they take so much time and effort, it is incredible what they get done. And I thought I wanted to replicate that with this video. However, I learned that in this series, the Minecraft experience, there are so many stories, each and every single building and area and decision that I made in this village. You beautiful people only get a fraction of the reason and the decisions and the challenge, and most importantly, the story of how I created this village. I feel like I went on a journey in this episode, but I didn't bring you guys with. I want to bring you guys on the journey that we go through to experience Minecraft. So let me tell you about my journey. Now, we left off in the church building, which I think has quickly become one of my favorite builds in this village. I used to hate it. I used to think, oh, it's serviceable, I'm not too happy with it, but after detailing it up and doing all of these little things, I just absolutely love it. The flower beds are great. And behind the church is especially good. I was scratching my head, the little vine wall, I really like that. I was scratching my head how to hide the underground stuff, but this little garden area, oh, it's gorgeous. I absolutely love it. Like I said, this takes a lot of time, a lot of decisions. This was not the first thing I thought of. I tried to do different things on the wall, extending this out, pushing it back, but this little gardeny area with the leaves and it just looks so cozy and homey, and it's so nice. And the coolest thing about it is that sometimes this villager over here, the little weaponsmith guy will actually come in here and like try to interact with these villagers and kind of look in the window. Oh, it's so cute. And after this church, we decided to do a building right here. Now, I actually I built a regular house, like one of these houses right here, because I thought, oh, I'll build a house here and then I'll build like a barn, this barn, like over here somewhere with the farms that I said previously. Like I said also in the last clip, and as you can see here, I'm not gonna go with the farm right here. I'm not gonna go with the wheat fields or the carrot fields or anything, because as you can see, we're pretty far away from the village. There's not a lot of security out here, so I can't guarantee the villagers aren't gonna die. So I decided to build the barn right here, and I think I'm pretty okay with that. And it's raining again. But anyway, this barn is something I'm really proud of. I don't like building in creative mode all that much. I feel like it's just so, I don't know, it's weird for me. I'd rather just do it once in survival, even though it's more tedious. So this barn was made completely in survival. I did find the roof shape in creative, but everything else definitely survival. I even changed out the materials in survival. This was very different. I think this was oak wood, that was stone, and I really like this brick texture. Now, I tried putting in, you guys are going to say, I tried putting in the new mangrove wood because it's red, but it just felt too much like wood. Like this texture of wood was everywhere, and I like the brick being a different texture than the wood. I think it looks really cool, and one of the coolest things about this is that this thing up here, this barrel is connected to a composter, connected to a hopper, so we get some bone meal. So it's actually functional too. It's a pretty basic farm. I've always wanted to do this sort of ladder on a trapdoor design, so I think that just looks really cool. Put some signs around there for hay bales, storage, all that. Nothing too fancy. I love the concrete and the gravel. It's one of my favorite path kind of floor textures is the concrete, or not concrete, no, the stone and the gravel. It looks really nice. You can clearly see the villagers absolutely take the best care of their crops. Oh my goodness. I try to put in slabs for them so that they wouldn't trample it, but that's clearly not their first priority. I didn't custom build these trees, but I do like them. I grew them and then I just kind of reshaped them from the trees that were here, and I really like it. I think it turns out really good. And I love this area of the village because you get such a cool dynamic look at everything that we've built. It's so, so cool. But the last thing that I'm super proud of, well, actually, here's one more thing I couldn't really figure it out, but I only half figured out. This button turns off the beacons. Really cool. Except for this middle one, because this middle one is right in the middle of this pool, lake, well area, and I have no idea how to close it off. I tried pulling a piston, pulling a block with a piston from underground. That actually took quite a while. I realized that only decreases the range of the beacon, not turns off the beacon. So unless I get, which I might do in 1.20, I might get a calibrated skulk sensor and put it up there, maybe extend the roof. I don't know, that might look ugly. I don't know, who knows? Here you can see all of the progress we've built on the whole village. All of that used to be grass and just a regular plain village. So cool to see that. So cool to see that. I love the hustle and bustle of all the villages. And the last thing that I also just built in survival that I'm really happy with, boom. This guy is so good. This is probably one of my favorite areas. This has always been one of my favorite areas. I said previously, that's my favorite building. I love this whole, I don't know, it just feels like a really cohesive and a good flowing way of a village. You've got these drop downs, these different elevations. You really feel like these guys are at work doing stuff, especially in here. I love the deep slate stone bricks, the deep slate tiles. It's so good. I originally just put them here because of the lava, because, you know, the armorer and the toolsmiths and everything work in here. Ching, 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 tss, you know, all that sort of stuff with this. But I just transformed all of it. It was originally stone, but this looks so cool now, and I absolutely love it. I put some little campfires underneath some slabs here to make it look like all these guys are really churning out stuff. There's stuff on fire. I put a campfire down underneath here. And no, before you ask, no, you can't burn yourself. Only players can burn themselves, because if you crouch, you can go into here. And something I didn't know, if you jump in here, well, if you jump in here, the water level actually goes down. It actually uses water to put yourself out. That's such a cool little detail. But here we got swords. I got a piece of netherite next to these guys. I've got a piece of ancient debris over here, as if it's like the material that they're all working on their anvils and all of their stuff. Oh, it's so cool. And then I've got like a bunch of butchers, a bunch of smokers and blast furnaces for these guys. I actually got this armorer, so we actually have full diamond armor here, and it's decent armor. But all I'm going to do with this is I'm going to take all of these guys and then I'm going to put it in a grindstone, get rid of the enchants, and then use my villagers in here, which I should probably show you that. Oh, I finished this, by the way. Forgot to turn this back on. There we go. The villagers in here to get all of the specific enchants that I need. And like I said, this church is just super cool to me. I love the interior. I'm so much an interior, inside out type of builder. This is so great. I love this window going out to the garden. The villagers are kind of dumb. They can't pathfind down here. I looked on the wiki. Apparently they have trouble with spiral staircases, but they can go up it just fine. It's just going down it is the problem, which I opened this up. I used to have this fenced off so that they would go down here, but I don't know what the deal is. I might have to redo this so that way it's more of a bigger, I don't know, more obvious. Look at that guy working. Oh, it's so cool. I love this project. But I love I'm gonna have to probably redo this so that they actually come down here and sleep in their beds, because there's room for 10 villagers over here, potentially more expansion over here because we've got some cover that way. So this is where we're going to keep all of our important villagers. Unbreaking, we've got Fortune, I think we've got a Mending one somewhere in here too. Silk Touch, I got some good villagers, man. There's a Sharpness 5 for 28 emeralds. What a steal of a deal. And Mending, very, very good. Ooh, and Respiration 3, we got Looting. I love these guys. And we got a nice little bell tower up there. It's so good. Oh, I love this. I'm gonna have to make this chainmail too. I love the little terracotta behind that. It just makes it look like a nice display. Obviously, I did the same trick with the trapdoor right here, so no matter how much they want to get out, they cannot get out. That roof design took a long time to actually get right because it looked so funky for so long. That's the first time I've ever done a roof like that. I'm gonna need to practice it. But man, the whole build with the, again, deep slate blocks right there, the iron bars with the garden and the wood types, it's gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful. And one of the biggest reliefs for me, oh my goodness, look at it, I love it. I love it so much. One of the biggest reliefs for me is that I finally got rid of this janky, weird villager hole that I had in here. It looks so good now. But it wouldn't be a proper Minecraft video if we didn't take a look at this village in the complimentary shader pack. It is just gorgeous here. I absolutely love it. This is so cool. I love the texture on that building. I love the church and the scale of everything. I love the different elevations. This little thing I threw together, and I really like how it looks. I really didn't, do too much, but it fits right in. I love how up here you have this row, this thing where I love how these guys actually go to their houses, go to sleep, and then come back here to work. I love how they hang out in this well area. This has been a project that I've wanted to do. The whole, look at them. The villagers are going to their homes. They're going to bed after going to work and socializing. And this house is such a this is the frat house right here. There's just so many things that came together for this. They even separated leatherworkers, butchers over here. That's really funny. There's just so many things that came together for this episode, and the amount of iron golems that are spawning here, beautiful people. This village is never going to get raided. For a point of reference, let me show you where we all started. This is how the village looked beforehand. Oh my goodness. This is one of my backup worlds that I make as frequently as I can. Look at how just unpolished and kind of barren it really looks. I really don't like the oak wood, man. It really looks weird. And look at this place. This is so different. And the enchanting tables right here, you could see where everything is now. That's the enchanting area. The church is obviously much bigger. The weaponsmith right here up against the woods, the leather worker right here in the big open area with the, oh my goodness. And look at all of the villagers in here. It's so messy and like day one Minecraft sort of deal. This is just insane. Compared to all of this, it just gives you a much better sense of scale and how much work went into this village. And now that it's done, I have absolutely no idea what to do next.